The Rack is back. Indiana on the road at Rutgers, the house formerly known as the Rack, typically the house of horrors, the scariest place to go in the Big Ten Conference. Maybe not so scary this year, Cart. Rutgers is the only winless team in Big Ten play. In steps Indiana, 3-1 in conference play, fresh off an incredible win at home, a comeback win, down 9 in the second half. They beat the Buckeyes. Everybody's darling in the Big Ten. The Hoosiers are high. The Scarlet Knights are low. What should we expect when Indiana travels to Rutgers on Tuesday?
Oh, you mean when my Hoosiers travel?
Oh, they're your Hoosiers now?
No, they're not my Hoosiers. I'm sorry. I'm not going to come on here and take that. They are still not my Hoosiers. But look, I just don't think that Rutgers this season as a bad. I don't care if they're playing at the Palestra. I don't care if they're playing at any stadium, any arena in the country. Unfortunately, I just think that this Rutgers team just isn't it this season, and that's okay because the reinforcements are on the way next year. But with this year and this basketball team, I just don't think they're it really. I mean, obviously you look at it as a matchup standpoint. I think Cliff Amarui can hold himself up defensively against this front court, and that might be the way that they find a way to win this basketball game, with Cliff just having a really good game in the front court and being able to neutralize the Wares, the Renaults, and the other front court players of Indiana. But, if you get an aggressive Xavier Johnson like you did last game, he's getting to the free throw line, he's giving you 18 points. You get some solid play out of Trey Galloway. I don't know. I mean, stop, Siri. I saw this Rutgers team being a dogfight at home against Stonehill. Stonehill didn't have two of their best players. Stonehill is 352 on KenPom. Like they needed a game winner from Derek Simpson to win that game. That's worse than Northwestern losing to Chicago State. So Stonehill's that bad. So I don't know. I feel bad saying I have confidence that Indiana can go on the road in the Big Ten and get a win with what they've shown this season, but I believe they can go on the road at Rutgers and get a win.
Counterpoints. Rutgers is 7-1 at home.
Against who?
Do you want all their wins?
I would love them actually.
Bryant University or Boston University, then Bryant, then Georgetown, then Howard, then St. Peter's, then LIU, then Stonehill. Lost to Illinois. Counterpoints. Rutgers is ahead of Indiana on KenPom right now. Rutgers is the 89th best team in the country. Indiana is 91st.
How?
Because Indiana's not good, man. They are.
What are we doing here? Rutgers, did you just hear those teams you listed?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so what are you telling? Are you getting there with this? Is there an end counterpoint to this?
Are you pushing me to the prediction already? Don't we do those at the end?
I mean, I'm just okay. Well, talk to me more though about this matchup wise. Let's go because I brought up the Cliff playing against Indiana's front court, maybe being the neutralizing factor and seeing can the guards on Indiana beat you? Can the wings on Indiana step up, or do you have confidence that the Indiana bigs can still play well with the presence of Amarui down low?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think Indiana strikes me as a team whose entire thing is we're going to have the better front court. And if they don't have the better front court, I think they lose the basketball game. The good news for Indiana is that they almost always have the better front court. And in this game, they have the better front court. I don't mean to say Rutgers has a better front court than Indiana. They don't. Indiana's front court is better. But Cliff's one of the best defensive bigs in the country. He's the best defensive big in the conference. So he will take away whoever he's guarding, whether that's Ware or whether that's Renew, even though Renew's been great. Cliff's going to take him away. If I was Rutgers, I would put Cliff on Renew.
I was just going to say, we have an opportunity for a Pikel defensive masterclass right here, game plan wise. Because if he has been noticing what's been going on as of late, and I think he does, he would put Cliff on Renew.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. Look at Indiana's losses this year, though. Seriously, the games they've lost. UConn. UConn has a very good front court. Donovan Clingan played 30 minutes. He didn't even play great in that game, but he's good enough to hang. Auburn, John I. Broome is awesome, and he only had 2 points in that game. But like they have to have a dude just to be there. Hunter Dickinson had 17. That's the best performance that Biggs had. So looking back through it, even though I'm saying like, okay, you need a big in those games, it hasn't been the bigs that kill you offensively, and that's why I think this sets up well for Cliff because I fully believe you have to have a great big to hang with Indiana, but you don't have to have that big be the guy who's going to score you to a win. You need other people. And in this game, if Cliff can just shut down one of Indiana's 2 bigs, make this Xavier Johnson on the road in Big Ten play versus Rutgers guards. Derek Simpson had a really good game last week in the Ohio State near win. I don't know. Like I think I'm taking the home team. I think.
Home are they home dogs?
Well, Rutgers is favored by 3 on Ken Palm. So I would expect they're favored by 3 in the sports books too.
Okay, I'd be interested. I'm interested. I thought maybe we could get them at plus money. I mean, look, when you put it like that, I think Cliff is good enough defensively, like you said, to neutralize or make it tough on either or the bigs that he guards for Indiana. And as we've seen through Xavier Johnson in his whole career, the consistency issues are a thing. And it would be very fitting of a Xavier Johnson career arc for him to have this great game against Ohio State and then him come back and struggle on the road. I will say that. Like that's if you were to tell me that after this game that happened and I didn't watch it, I wouldn't be like, oh, shock face. I'd be like, oh, that's welcome to the Xavier Johnson experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to dig up just quickly Xavier Johnson's stats in Big Ten play on the road. Get this, man. This is crazy. Xavier Johnson has only been active in 2 Big Ten road games going back to the beginning of last season. Lost both those games.
Really?
Yeah, one of them last year was Rutgers, by the way. Xavier Johnson at Rutgers last year was a 15-point loss. Xavier Johnson had 8 points on 2 for 11 from the floor. Hold on, this might be a thing card. Let me go through this. Oh, 3, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5.
You might have me swinging the Rutgers. I came fully prepared to do Indiana.
Okay. Xavier Johnson in Big Ten play is 3-8 on the road in his career.
3-8.
Yep, 3-8.
Huh. Okay. Well, this might be a Rutgers game if Peichel and them game plan it right and play it correctly.
You know what? This is going to be a stat on Daily Picks tomorrow. I can promise you that because now I want to add his ACC numbers to this. I think Xavier Johnson's like a collective 6-25 on the road in conference play in his career.
He's just not a road dog.
No, nope.
That's
Interesting.
not ideal.
All
That's not
right,
ideal.
yeah, I've talked myself fully into Rutgers. This is the classic, like Indiana gives you just enough, and then they fall apart the next game to me. But also, I think I've picked against Indiana every game this season, so I don't know what to do with that. What's your official pick? Did I swing you?
I think you swung me a little bit on this one. I'm gonna go Rutgers. It's gonna be very, very close. Very close. I think it'll be a within a 5-point game. Um, and I think it'll be somewhat of a rock fight at certain points of this game. But I think Rutgers will eke out a win.
Give me Rutgers 58-43.
58
Total
to 43.
58-43. Give me Rutgers. It's a statement culture win for Peichel and his defense. Yuck. We'll be here to
Yeah.
recap it. Click subscribe. We'll be here to recap it. Goodbye, everybody.